So we're gonna take this one out.
Тут где рубится под хатой, а там вот так вот.
There we go. So it's our second day here, and today I think we're gonna do some exploring on the lakes. Look at this guy, just chilling. I mean, with this kind of view though, I can't blame him. This is one of the main lakes. It's Lake Drioti. As we were driving around that day, we stumbled across a mysterious gateway with a path leading away to something that looked very interesting. According to local Braslaw legend, at one point there was a large, strong tree growing out of this stream at this exact spot. And because of that, the people deemed the water coming out of this source to be special. Life-giving even. When people used to take water from this source, they would have to pay tribute to the earth for the life-giving water. And if they didn't have a coin to throw in, they would leave behind like a rag of some kind of cloth on a nearby bush before they left. And today, instead of on a nearby bush, I guess that looks like this. I, of course, paid tribute to the spring during my visit, and while I didn't have any extra rags on hand, I did happen to have a couple extra coins to throw in. What's crazy to me is just how untouched this nature and this beauty is. You know, you don't see many houses or buildings built right on the lakeside, which, you know, I'm kind of used to coming from the US where, you know, there's a beautiful view somewhere and people just buy up and, you know, buy up all the property and put a bunch of houses on there, and then it kind of loses some of its natural beauty. But here, they've kind of left everything just untouched. I really hope it stays that way because it's just gorgeous.
Кидались по хате, что где рубится под хатой, а там вот так вот плотно дома. Его подошел Бanya.
And then we came across an artisanal market and we decided to check it out.
Там ножки можно поставить, ножки.
Никогда такого даже не видел. Красиво.
Покупайте. Если вы увидели это в Браславе.
Да.
Очень красивая.
Спасибо.
Там спасибо.
Очень красиво вы делаете.
Спасибо.
Another thing that's really important to do while you're in some remote part of Belarus is to get some meat and maybe some vegetables and put it on the grill and share it amongst the other people you're staying with.
Yeah.
So we found a store in town and we're gonna go get some meat so we can just head home and put it on the grill. on the meat. So tonight we're going to be having two very Belarusian and Russian experiences. So the first one that we're preparing for right now is the grill. So as you can see, Valentine is cutting up the vegetables. Got some mushrooms, some pepper.
I'm gonna marinate them. I'm gonna put them in with chicken, and we're gonna put them in like a thing like this, and we're gonna make shashlik, which basically means barbecued marinated meat.
Cool. Yeah. And we're doing chicken.
Yeah, but somehow when you put your Russian hat on, it all tastes very different.
So once it's done defrosting, we're gonna marinate it and then put it on the grill outside. The grill is still getting ready, and the chicken is still marinating. So we're gonna move on to our second activity of the night before we start grilling, because honestly the grill's just gonna take forever, and our second activity is already ready. So let's check it out. Our second very Russian activity is called the Banya experience. Now, Valentine will be the first one to tell you that a banya, although seemingly similar, is not a sauna, right?
No. There's essentially three parts to a banya. The first one is the shower area. The pre-shower area. So let's come in here. So the first part is this very warm room. It smells like
Wood.
Yeah, like wood. So this is where you get ready. You take off your clothes. You grab a little bucket thing. You fill it with water. You got your shower, right, that you can use after you come out of the sauna and wash off. And that's the sauna, I guess. Like that's the sauna. But the whole experience is kind of like a banya. So after you put on your hat, yeah, this keeps your head this keeps you sane at 100 degrees Celsius. And then you sit down here and you get to enjoy the heat, which we're going to in a second. It's very hot. And
Oh, what's that?
this is a venik. It's basically like a broom, and you smack each other with it.
Oh my god.
To get your
It's
skin
made
nice
out of
and nice
vegetables.
and red. Yeah, this is basically tree branches. And when you slap your skin, it brings all the blood there, and it helps get rid of all the toxins, and it essentially just kind of keeps your skin healthy and keeps you excited, and it's psychologically awesome.
And then the third part of the banya experience?
And the third part, there is the drinking and the eating of dry goods. So we have some beers lined up that we're gonna try. We haven't tried a lot of these. And you eat dry fish. You kind of cut this up and you like peel off little by little. Things like salamis and things like that. So we got this today right near Latvia. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So, in between the bathing, that's what banya means. It means bathing. This is the bathing experience. In between the bathing and the showering and the eating and the drinking, it should be really fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna get clean, gonna get relaxed.
All right, I guess I'll take this hat. Nice and
great.
Soviet.
Yeah, right.
Gloria. All right.
Awesome.
Now that we're somewhat showered, let's go in. It's really hot.
Hi, comrade.
Just got done with round one. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah. And we came out to our beer. Barely opened it, to be honest.
So right now Valentine is tearing apart the dried fish.
Yeah, getting the meat out. Well, I'm having trouble.
It's hard. I tried the dry fish. Was not for me. It was really salty. Way too salty.
It's good. Very salty.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Oh, good. Yeah. Nice.
Finally getting back to the grilling. After about 2 hours in the banya, the coals cooled down way too much. We added more wood and more coals to the fire, and now we're just waiting for things to kind of die down before we put the chicken on. Got the chicken on. So we actually didn't end up filming any of the final barbecue product because we were so exhausted and hungry after the banya, but it looks something like this. And before we head home to Minsk, there's a couple more things that, being in Braslaw, you can't really leave without doing. Number one, chilling on the beach. And second, we haven't yet even gone out on any of these lakes, and I felt that that was kind of a must since we're surrounded by so many of them. So we're gonna take this one out, this guy, and explore this little lake by our cabin. This thing is heavy.
Yeah, the rower is on that side. Or, I'm not sure.
Oh, wait, it's this way.
Alright, I'm confused. So, for us to go that way, you need a row.
Yeah, that back. We need to turn this thing around. Because this is the back of the boat. I'm in the back. You're on the front.
Uh-huh. Why am I rowing?
Here, I'll just push us off.
There you go. Now
Yeah.
this is making sense.
Right. There's Valentine. Row, row, row your boat gently down. Babe, you're rowing us right into the cattails.
Oh, they get stuck.
Just get out of the lily pads. Watch out, there's a big tall grass behind you. Oh my god. There's a log. Wow. I'm still just blown away by how little development there are on the shores here. Like, these shorelines pretty much look the same as they did probably hundreds of years ago. I really appreciate that the people here have a respect for nature in that way. Another interesting thing is that you don't really see a lot of motorized boats on most of these lakes. On like the main ones, you see a few, But even then, it's mostly like kayaks, paddle boards, things that you move around in, manually. So this water is probably pretty clean. Probably hasn't been damaged very much. And it's so quiet because there's no motors. Well, that was fun. Now let's return the keys to this guy. Where is he?
Добрый день.
Добрый день.
У нас пару вопросов можно задать?
Да, да.
Про озеро.
Ну,
Ну, во-первых, сколько вы тут на озере уже живете?
ну как, уже лет 15, наверное,
Лет
где-то.
15?
Но у нас это дача, да.
Класс.
Где-то так, около 15 лет уже.
Вот мы заметили, что вот когда вот в Америке, где мы живем,
Мгм.
там везде землю вокруг озера, вот прямо рядом, там у нас дома строят прямо на озере. Вот как можно ближе, потому что...
Это нельзя.
А почему?
30 метров от черты берега даже на машине нельзя подъезжать.
Да, ну.
Да, да, да. В принципе, это нацпарк. У нас же получается национальный парк, это то же самое, что заповедник. Вот. Это получается у нас вот Брасовские озера, Березинский заповедник, Беловежская пуща, потом Припять, это вот теперь, где раньше было Чернобыльская зона, там же тоже сделали заповедник, типа такой припятский этот вот. Вот я там был, кстати, тоже там, в 90-м году, я ездил там, я служил в милиции и ездил, охраняли зону от мародерства. Вот. Ну там дома аж заброшенные, деревни выселенные, там.
Супер.
Ну и как что ж. Вот такие дела.
Привет.
Ну, спасибо.
Спасибо.
Да, не за что.
Очень классно покатались, очень понравилось.
Да, очень. So if you'd like to see more of this adventure in Braslaw, make sure to check out the first part of the adventure in this video right here, where you're going to get to see us driving out of Minsk, the capital city of Belarus, all the way up into the rural north till we get to Braslaw, get to check out the city a little bit, see where we stayed, and get a little lost in the nature. So that video is right here. And if you're liking my videos, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and stay tuned to see what it was like here in Lebanon during what was at the time one of the most strict lockdowns in the world. All right, guys, see you in the next one.